James, Brrraains A Head-Banging Life here with a track by track for Soulfly. Soulfly, the debut album by Soulfly, released on April 21st, 1998 through Roadrunner Records. The record was released in memory of frontman Max Cavalera's murdered stepson, Dana Cavalera, and the first album featuring Cavalera since he left Sepultura 2 years prior. Both CDs apparently have the message "In loving memory, Dana" printed across them. I didn't know that.
Right.
So, this is a long one.
Yeah. Bit of a thing back in the day, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hour and 10-minute long albums.
People didn't have much in the way of quality control. I don't know if it's a new metal thing. But it does start off strong with Eye for an Eye. Angry Max is the best Max.
Yeah, it's a decent song. Apparently, I didn't even know this, but apparently this song features Dino and Burton from Fear Factory. Did you know that?
I saw a lot of guests, but I didn't know it was that one.
Yeah, they're guests on it, but I've no idea what they're doing in it.
Yeah, what I could get Dino.
That's what I was trying to work out. Yeah, he might be on guitar, but this Burton's just standing there like, I don't know, like being like a wingman.
Yeah,
But it is a good song. It's very good. I was quite surprised because it's been the first track from this. This is another album I went into expecting to sound quite dated, but this one doesn't. This song actually still sounds really good.
We often hear this one live whenever we see Max doing Max stuff, so it is part and parcel of that set. No Hope equals Fear, bouncy groove, although there is some real thickness and meat to the riffs. The first track, I think, that shows a move away from Sepultura and into what would be Soulfly.
Yeah. And it's one of these things that I think we'll probably find this across this album and across most of Max's stuff anyway, genuinely, which is he always seems to like have good guitarists and drummers with him, no matter who it is. And it has got some good moments in this song, you know, the riff's good, the drums sound great. But this one I did find sounds really dated. I like the fact it's got a very typical Max chorus, which is just no hope, no fear on repeat. Yep. That's very some weird effects going on as well, like all that bubbling noises on the guitars and shit. So I didn't love this one. I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah, you talk about those effects, they pop up and bleed as well. And while it's got some fantastic intensity, and I love like Max's garbled vocals here, I don't like the effects. And you know who, a duo that will pop up in, well, no, not a duo, but Fred Durst and DJ Lethal. The latter is in this album way too much. Yeah, it's
the most. You know, I know it is an era thing, but you could argue that the first two tracks aren't necessarily nu metal tracks. But when you hit this track, you're like, yeah, okay, so here we go. This is the nu metal. I do remember quite liking this song when I was younger, weirdly enough, and there were still parts of it I could enjoy, but you know, mostly I just got annoyed listening to it.
Yep.
You know, like you said about the scratching, the effects. I guess you're going to put a DJ on it, you're going to get that.
Of course.
You know, but it's not great to listen to. Just
it's a skip 100%.
Not enjoyed
the album again, it'd be skip 100%, you know.
Yeah.
Right, Tribe, I've got a little bit of a speech here. Tribe, sticking to the roots. Tribe is such a banger and the kind of song I think that caused such a division between Sepultura and Soulfly fans, because it could have easily appeared in either album, causing people to splinter and go, which side do you prefer? Although it's bloody great, though. Love that intro and how it erupts. Very catchy. So, yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give you an interesting fact about the song Tribe. So not only your assumption of it could easily be a Sepultura song and it could cause division is actually more a fact than anything else. So the breakdown riff in Tribe was actually written during Sepultura sessions, and it's also used by Igor and Andreas for a track called Walkman, which they wrote as Sepultura, but it never got released as Sepultura. It only ever got released for a movie score for some film. I don't know what the film was, though. So it was actually written during Sepultura sessions and used by both camps. So yeah, you're spot on with your assumption.
Well, I should do more reading up, man, when it comes to this stuff.
But on the song itself, it's cool. It is cool as fuck, man. It is the proper Brazilian metal sort of samba stuff, tribal rhythms. I always find this song quite funny because I've always liked this song. I remember it well, and there's a lot of Brazilian in it. I remember, like, when we sing a lot, you sing along to a song, but you've no idea. I don't speak Brazilian or
Yeah.
Spanish or whatever they were singing, but I would still like sing along. It's like Ratamahata.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just good. Oh, but no, it's great. It's a good song, man.
It is, yeah. Bomba. I think this track tries too hard. Wanted to be heavy and in your face, but not having anything to hook you in.
Yeah, I get confused for it, and that's just my own fault again. I'm getting like stuck and not knowing the meanings of things. And I enjoy little bits of it. It gets quite heavy, but then I don't like things where he does all this bring the shit and all that stuff. And then I don't even know. I don't know what a bomber is. So everyone's going boomba, boomba, and I'm like, I don't know what a boomba is. And then at the end, all of a sudden out of the blue, he suddenly changed it and he goes binga, and I don't know what that is either. So I just find myself baffled the whole way through. So, what's he talking about?
We're going to get Bomba again in a little bit, but in a different way.
Yeah.
First Commandment. Oh God, is this a new metal track? I don't like it. Don't like the guitars, the weird drawn out moans. And how do you have Chino Marino on your track? And I realize it's 98 Marino, so maybe not at his strongest.
Yeah.
But what a waste of him on this track. He's just moaning.
Yeah. I don't particularly. I like First Commandment quite a lot, actually. So we disagree in this one. I think this is a great track. Really, really angry sound, and I found it. I thought there was real passion and power in Max's vocals, and it's kind of all comes together in like musical anarchy, creating what I felt was probably the rawest track on the album, and probably also the singlest, the heaviest one as well. So yeah, on this one it's weird. Yeah, we both picked up a completely different end on this one.
Yeah. I wonder if I got a little too focused on Chino.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I went in, maybe we went into it from the other angle because I guess back in the day, Deftones, I wouldn't have quite been on board with, having seen them like fuck up so many times in live shows and stuff like that. So when I saw Chino was on it, I was more worried about listening to it, thinking, "Oh, Chino's gonna fuck it." Whereas you're probably going into it expecting more from Chino,
Yeah, right, yeah. Bumba Clark. Trying real not hard to laugh at this title, but I actually love this track. It's very classic Soulfly, a great reminder of how groove heavy they could be, and I think Max as a vocalist is on fire. One of his best vocal tracks.
Yeah, I love this one as well. Another crazy one, another really heavy one. I did write down as well. I would imagine the people that were new metal fans who got into this and are enjoying Bleed and all that sort of stuff hit this track here and are like, "What the fuck? What are these? What is this band?" Like people who didn't know Max previously or anything like that.
Yeah.
Looking for another Fred Durst bit, and then Bumba Clark comes on.
Yeah. Hopefully, it might be the kind of gateway thing for some of those people.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Glad
we both like it. Soulfly, it's an instrumental. It's decent. Nothing less, nothing more.
Yeah, same. Nice instrumental, nice melodies and atmospherics, but never really goes beyond that.
Right, I'm going to struggle to say this. Umbaparamu.
Umbaparauma.
Well done, you.
They sing it in the chorus, don't they?
Yeah, but that doesn't help me.
All right.
A Georges Ben-Jour cover that features Los Hooligans. And I have no idea who that is, but it's got some nice down-tuned guitars, and I like the group vocals.
Yeah, same. I also don't know who they are. I'm not a massive on it. I like the slower groove, and it's got it's a bit of a break as well. It's something a bit different up to this point, but I just find it's one of those tracks I found myself getting bored after a minute or two.
Fair dues. Quilombo. DJ Lethal is back to ruin the track with shitty effects. However, Benjo Webb tries to recover it with that ritualistic beat vocal style he's got going on.
Yeah, all right. The same thing. DJ Lethal was back. He's brought this time. He's brought scratching effects and Benji Webb with him. Too much DJ stuff for me in the intro, man. Too much scratching and shit. But I can't. When you're doing that right from the off, I struggle. I'm struggling to get into it. You're losing me early.
Yep.
I do. There are moments in it I quite like. I don't even actually mind the Benji parts. I think he sounds all right, but there's no flow to this song at all. It's anarchy, but not in a good way. It's just like it's a mess.
Okay,
Mess.
yeah.
It's just messy and a bit pieced together.
Fire. I literally wrote hyper as fuck, quality headbanger. That's not.
Yeah, okay, yeah, musically it doesn't do an awful lot for me, but mainly because I think the riff is so similar to Eye for an Eye. It's unreal.
Oh yeah.
Like really similar. In fact, I think it might be the same riff, maybe on a different tuning level. Chorus is very Max again. I love that. Whenever it's a Max chorus, it's just him shouting fire, fire. He'd be great for the fire brigade, wouldn't he? But yeah, not brilliant. It's one of those tracks. I think, like you said again, it's a long album, man, and there's songs you could cut. Don't really have that much of an impact across the album, and Fire is definitely one of them for me. Probably could have been a B-side that you could have released in 10 years' time that no one would have cared about anyway.
Yeah, special edition.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said it already. For me, then the following, The Song Remains Insane, is one that I would have cut. Quantity over quality here. It's just a bit crap.
Yeah, I had so little to say about this because, for some reason, although I could find no evidence of this on the internet, so I must be wrong. But I thought this song was a cover. But I don't know if that's just because I've heard other people cover this track, which it might be. Or I'm just completely making it up. But the most I had to say about this song was about the actual intro, which is that radio news broadcast talking about Max when he got arrested in Brazil for accidentally stepping on the national flag at a Sepultura concert.
True, yeah.
The flag was apparently handed to him by fans. It had the Sepultura symbol in the middle. When he opened the flag to show it to the audience, he tripped over and fell on it. And then because stepping on the flag and the symbol in the middle of the flag violates Brazilian federal laws that protect their flags, we got arrested. And I just find that really funny that he accidentally tripped over, landed on the flag, and ended up in jail for it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a cool story. It's just an embarrassing.
No, it's just a weird story. But I think more telling for the song is that I had nothing to say in the song. I think I wrote, I don't know what's going on here. I'm confused. This is chaotic, but chaos is not always a good thing.
Nope, true. Then we get No, featuring Christian O'Wolbers. Remember him, everybody?
The whole Fear Factory crew on here, aren't they?
Yeah, goodness me. Yeah, because they're still all right at this point. He does add some thickness to the bass, and it's front and center for a fast-paced, mean-sounding track.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not bad. Solid bass to it. Like, I like the fact that it's got, like, it hasn't got a chorus. Something a bit different on the album. It's just verse, bit of an instrumental verse. I still remember No Hootie and the Blowfish. That line I've always found funny. No motherfucking Hootie and the Blowfish. I don't even know why it's so funny. I don't know why he hates them so much.
Oh my God, offends him.
Because the thing is, he gets so angry about it. It's like, it's all about no racism, no prejudice, none of this, and also no Hootie and the Blowfish. Like, he's lumped them into that category.
Same as all of that, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, that's a bit harsh, man.
Oh, brilliant. Then we get Prejudice, the penultimate track. For me, further proof that this album is too long. We get Benji Webb returning. He's a lot more prominent here, and I don't think it works as well. His mellow drawl actually begins to irritate me here.
Weird. Back when I was younger, and I bought this album probably when it was new out.
Yeah.
I didn't know who Benji Webb was. I knew he featured on the song, but I didn't know who he was. Didn't know anything about Skindred. I don't even know what it was about back then. It must have been, I guess, otherwise he wouldn't have featured.
Yeah.
But I used to really like this. I really liked it, and this is a song that I've listened back to, and I'm completely on the other side of the fence now.
Wow.
I didn't enjoy it at all. It's not as good as I remember. I always quite appreciate it. It's got a cool message and all that sort of stuff, but it's just really, I find it really unlistenable.
Yeah.
It's also way too long because it just doesn't seem to want to end. Even when it's all done, then it goes into like a really whispered bit, and then every now and then Benji shouts out something, and it just keeps on going and going. It's like, just somebody tell them to stop. Whoever's watching it and producing it, like while they're playing in a studio or whatever, just say, right, enough, guys.
Yeah,
We're out of tape.
They weren't out of tape though, because we then get Carmageddon, spelled with a K, with the hidden track Solteo Das Matters. For me, it's really drawn out, completely unnecessary, a poor finale, and the hidden track annoyed the piss out of me, man.
Oh, good. We're very similar on that one then. I didn't mind Carmageddon. It's a bit darker and somber, but it's just an instrumental. You know, it's not.
Yeah.
There's nothing great about it. And I also think it's a bit out odds with the rest of the album because it doesn't really fit at all. But then for the hidden track, I did write hardly a track, is it? What a fucking disappointment watching the time go by for that.
What the fuck? Just generally, just like, oh, fuck you guys for doing that.
But it's a shit way to end an album, right? Because, like, you know, I know it's a hidden track, so we don't have to necessarily count that. But then if you're ending on Carmageddon, that's also not a good way to end an album, I don't think. You know, if you want to leave a memory, a debut album, you want to put something out that's going to last, like, leave something like fucking, I don't know, Tribe there, or you know, Bumbleclaw or something like that. Something that people can remember.
Agreed. Right. Your top 3 tracks then.
Okay, so I am going to go for Bumbleclaw, Eye for an Eye, and First Commandment.
Ooh, interesting. I'm almost the same. Eye for an Eye, Bumbleclaw, but I will add Tribe. Tribe would be my third one.
That's actually harder to pick 3 out of than I thought it was going to be when I started listening back to this album. Yeah. But even now, if you said put another 1 or 2 in there, I think I'm struggling now because I'm not sure that any of them hit a height that deserves it.
Agreed. Yeah, it was actually a bit of a surprise to find it really wasn't overall that great of an album.
Yeah.
There you go. Soulfly. Let us know what you think in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon and help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?